Guys, what's up everybody? Welcome to BioS3 Raw TV. This is the... Fix this fucking camera angle. Make sure that shit's square. Okay, this is the LA Fit Expo edition. I did not film at the LA Fit Expo today. There were multiple booths that had music on that was very loud, and the whole time, excuse me, there would be music the whole time that we filmed, which would come through on the video. And on YouTube before I've had where you had enough music in a video to where they didn't even let it go up. So you'd have to actually take the video down and chop it up and try to get the music out of it, which makes the video kind of stupid. And I was just like, fuck it, I won't film. It was just me at the booth, and my Instagram has a lot of the pictures and stuff up, and on YouTube and stuff like that. But the big talk of the day, MaccTrucc punching Rich Piana in the face at the booth. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest. I rolled up there about a minute and a half after this went down. I had no idea. I didn't see it. I came around the corner, and it had been broken up. MaccTrucc had left. Now, for those of you that don't know what's going on, MaccTrucc used to be a 5%er. I believe I met him once. I don't think I really was around him. I don't really remember, so I think that I'd only met him once. Seemed cool to me. Whatever. So him and Rich kind of had I don't know if a falling out or kind of a miscommunication or whatever the case may be. And he basically thought that he should be getting paid more than he was for 5%. Now, that being said, you know, him and Rich parted ways. It is what it is. And he's pretty upset about everything that went on. And him and Rich have had some words back and forth. And there's some bad blood there. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Now, I don't really know this MaccTrucc guy, but I do know Rich. So, and I have not talked to Rich about it, like, at all. It wasn't just something, it just wasn't something that really was a big deal that I wanted to know about and was none of my business. So, fuck it. So, I show up at the booth to say hi to Rich and Viking and Chris Hera and, you know, Paulo and all the guys there that I know, and Eric. I can throw Eric in there. And I get there and everybody's fucking tense as shit. Okay, you guys can see the fight. The fight is up on like Louis Marco's channel. I'm sure if you Google it, I think MaccTrucc had it on his. Everybody, if you Google this shit, you're gonna find it real quick. So you don't need me to put it up there for you because it's not, you know, it doesn't matter. There's multiple angles it was shot. So MaccTrucc shows up, and there's some words between him and Rich, and it got pretty heated, and Mac punched Rich in the face. Now, Alex, who I believe I've met a couple times, went after him, and they kind of got into it, and then Alex and MaccTrucc's guy got into it, and Alex wound up getting hurt. He blew out his knee, had to be taken out like in a stretcher and stuff. It was like a big thing. And when I got there, everybody was like really, really like, they were kind of, I don't know, like tense. Like you could feel the vibe. I was like, what the fuck? So I say, hey guys, what's going on? Everybody's like, you know, I was like, fuck, what's going on? So I saw Viking, I talked to them about it and stuff. And, you know, I mean, it's 100% legit. People are like, oh, Jerry, was it set up? Is it fake? I mean, you guys saw the punch. It didn't land on Rich square because Rich actually, like, you know, he was fast enough to actually pull his head back. So he connected, but he didn't really, like, you know, really jack him in the fucking jaw. But here's the deal. Here's my take on this, guys. Now, I was with 5%. So before I signed with 5% Nutrition, I had stuff that I wanted out of the deal. You know, this is what I wanted. This is what I was asking. And 5% came to me and said, this is what we're offering. And I said, okay, this is what I'm asking. And when they agreed, Rich agreed, I agreed. We signed the contract. Now, anything that anybody else had agreement-wise with him really doesn't matter for me. You know what I mean? I made my agreement with him, and that's it. And each one of the 5%ers make their agreements with him. If MaccTrucc did not want to work for whatever he was working for money-wise, before he even took the spot on the team, he should have said, look, here's the deal. I want this much, and if I can bring this many people to your company, I want this much, and I want all this in a contract, and if I can do this and bring this, I want this. You know what I mean? Like, you have a list of things, your agreements, you bring it to 5% or Rich. He agrees to it or he doesn't agree to it. Period. That's it. That's how that works. It's all done. He agrees to it, you agree to it, you sign the contract, that's it. It's over. You're now part of the team, you do what they're, you know, if you don't live up to your end of the bargain, you don't get paid, done. If they don't agree to it, you just don't join the team. You know what I mean? Period. That's all there is to it. That's basic business, the way that I see it. So I feel that the way this thing went about, I think that MaccTrucc in the beginning should have had a list of demands or a list of things that he wanted, not demands, but things he wanted. Had it in writing that if I'm doing this, I get this, and that's it. Well, he didn't do that. So what he was asking for later was this, that, or whatever the case may be. Maybe there were no specific demands or no specific things he asked for, but, you know, instead of sitting down and business-wise going through it, saying just, I believe the quote was, you know, if one person eats, we should all eat. Well, what does that mean? You know what I mean? What do you want? Do you want $1,000 a month? Do you want $10,000 a month? Do you want $500 a month plus supplements? Like, what does that mean? And did you go to Rich with your new contract or whatever and say, I want to rewrite my contract. This is what I need. And if 5% doesn't agree to it, then you say, okay, I'm sorry, I can't be a part of it anymore. And you go off and do your own thing. That's business. You know what I mean? I think that it's great to be friends, and Rich and I were and are friends. Okay, don't make any fucking, qualms about it. Rich is my friend. Like, we talk friendly, not about business and shit. We just talk about shit sometimes on the phone that, friends talk about, period. But when I went to Rich, okay, and said Primeval is offering me this, and to put my own supplement line out, the BioS3 supplement line, can 5% do that for me? Can you do that for me? And Rich said, at this point, we cannot do that for you. That is great that you want that. I totally understand if you have to go. I said, I appreciate it, Rich. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Okay, because let's make no mistake about it. MaccTrucc, myself, Viking, all of us have benefited from 5%. All of us have a bigger following than we had before we joined 5%. It has benefited all of us to be part of 5%. And for that, we should all be grateful. I mean, as much as you feel like you should get more, what you have now and I have now, we would not have had unless we had been part of 5% in the beginning. Okay, and that's just a fact. That's how that goes. So to be like, I want this, I want that, I want that, that's cool. But if you can't agree on that, then you leave. So when Rich and I, had talked and I said, I'm going to go on to do this, not only give me his blessing, we still talked and, all these things. And he said, if it doesn't work out, come back and we'll work something out. That means that if it didn't work and I came back, I said, can you, make my own supplements? And Rich said, sorry, I can't do that. Okay, I need this much money. Can you do that? I can or I can't do that. Like, you negotiate your contract business-wise. And although Rich and I are friends, we went to the table face-to-face, business-wise, and worked through things business-wise and still remain friends. So if MaccTrucc and Rich were truly friends and Mac really looked at him, he'd know that this is a business and I have to approach this as a business. It's not personal. Business is not personal, okay? Period. That's just the way it is. That's why you don't get wrapped up with friends in business. And I don't like to get wrapped up with friends in business. I wind up making friends while I'm in business, which I think that, is not rare, but it's a cool commodity to do something like that. But, when there comes a time that you feel like you've outgrown the company or you feel like you deserve more and the company doesn't let you have it, that is not a personal thing. You are working for what you agreed to in the beginning of your contract. It's not personal. You agreed to it. It's not like this person has been taking things away from you or just throwing things, whatever the case may be. If you're not getting more, that wasn't in your contract. That's a business decision, not a personal decision. Now imagine Rich being Rich. If we all eat, imagine the 70, 80, 90 employees he has, if he spread that money out like that. Okay, imagine what they do to the business. A lot of people think because you have a successful business, you're super fucking rich. Now, Piana has a lot of things going on besides 5% that he makes money on, right? That has nothing to do with 5%. So take that money right out of there. The 5% money, how much do you think goes back into travel, advertising, products, stock? I mean, all these things. A lot of that money goes back into the business. And yes, you make money, but you're investing shitloads of money. It's not like he has every dime he's made, all goes in his pocket, that he can just throw at all the athletes anytime he wants. It doesn't work like that. And I think that, MaccTrucc now doing his own thing, he's going to have his own business. He's going to see it's not what you clearly think it is when you look at some of these guys that, let's say you have a business partner too. If you have a business partner, you're not even making all the money that you thought you're making. You're making half of that plus the money's going back into the business. Like, it is not like a cut and dry $1 billion fucking business just because you're selling supplements. So I kind of stepped back and was like, I think, I'll be honest with you, I think MaccTrucc was very wrong for not approaching and saying, this is what I want. If you can't do it for me, I'm just going to have to go elsewhere. I appreciate what you've done for me so far. It's time for me to move on. Plain and simple, and not took it so personally. I think that, I know that Mac was new to the fitness industry. He said when he had first, met Rich or whatever, that's when he was really getting back into working out and stuff. So being involved in the supplement and fitness industry, I think really quickly he's going to see that a lot of this stuff is not personal. Now, you can be used by a company. Don't get me wrong. A company can use the fuck out of you, not pay you shit, but you're allowing that to happen. If somebody's getting paid peanuts to get out there and do what they're doing and push their brand and have a loyal following, that's on them for letting that happen. You know what I mean? They have to stand up and say, this is what I'm worth. Will you pay me this? No, well, then I'm going to go into another company. That's a business decision. So maybe, in most cases, you just don't get involved with friends to avoid that whole bullshit to begin with. So I kind of stepped back and I'm like, this whole thing was pretty fucking, my nose is so itchy. I got hair growing up and curling into my fucking nose, man. So this whole thing is very like, it's crazy. I mean, you go to an expo, there were bystanders around, people close enough that when the shit went down, fucking innocent people could have gotten fucking hurt who were not into fighting, not into mixed martial arts, not into any of this bullshit, not involved with the beef. Like, being respectful to Rich is one thing if you don't want to do that. Being respectful to the people around you that are going to be buying your products and watching your videos and all that stuff, and you're going to grow a following off them, being respectful to not hurt them and their family is going to be a big thing. You don't want to punch someone and wind up having someone fall into someone. Like, you're going to get fucking sued. You haven't even, Mitch may not sue you, but when some shit goes down and there's an average bystander, you're going to get fucking sued. Before your career has even started in this, you're in the fucking hole with a lawyer trying to fucking get your way out of it. Don't think that somebody won't sue the fuck out of you, that you don't even know, that you bumped into them and barely hurt them. They're going to sue your fucking pants off. You know what I mean? So business savvy wise, you got to be smart. As far as like advertising, promoting yourself, you got to be who you are, but you can't be out of control in public like that. It's just not going to work well, especially if you're trying to build a brand. You may build a very tight-knit cult brand, but if you're looking for that millions of dollars in worldwide recognition, you got to be controlled. You just can't fucking let go like that. You just can't. So my thing is, that should never happen at an expo. If Rich offered, let's go outside, just walk outside with him and fight. You know what I mean? One-on-one, nobody else around. Your boys stay there, his boys stay there. And, no bystanders are going to get fucking hurt. But, it's just a wrong thing to do. And like I said, I met MaccTrucc once, I think. And he seemed like a good dude. I think that there was just a nerve touch and it really pissed him off. And he just kind of, lost it for a second there. And he just, let himself let his hands fly. And, hopefully nothing comes of this. Hopefully nobody fucking sues him. Hopefully nobody goes after him. And hope he doesn't get banned from fucking events or anything like that. Because, let's say, Rich is a big name in this shit. He says, look, this fucking guy's coming around. I don't want him in here. It wouldn't be the first time somebody's been banned from a fucking event. You know what I mean? Banned from the Arnold, banned from this, banned. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. So we'll see what happens. But guys, it is 100% real. It's a very different type thing going on at the expo. And tomorrow I just hope that things settle down. And I hope that the dude Alex is all right because, a fucking blown out knee is no joke. And that's the report that I got. It was a blown out knee. So to all the 5% guys out there that are my friends, hopefully everything's cool and everybody's all right. And to Rich, man, I talked to you a little for a while. You were cool as a fucking cucumber after it happened. Like, legit. Rich was like, it was like it fucking never happened. Like, he didn't give a fuck. So I was kind of like, okay, cool. Rich is over it already. And it is what it is, guys. So biockickz@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biockickz.com is the blog. It's the no fighting bicep, and we're out.